V8 engines are disappearing. One by one, manufacturers are killing them off, replacing them with turbocharged 4 cylinders, hybrids, and even electric motors. But why? Is this the end of the legendary V8? Stick around, because what you're about to learn may change the way you see the future of cars, and maybe even the future of driving itself. Is the V8 engine really dead? Or is something even bigger and better coming for us? Well, it might not be as simple as you think. For nearly a century, the V8 was the heart of the automotive world. From the rumbling engines of muscle cars to the roaring exotics of Europe, nothing quite captured the essence of power and performance like the V8. It was all about raw power and reliability. The V8 was versatile. It powered family sedans, race cars, and everything in between. Want to drag race? The V8 has you covered. Need to haul a boat? Yep, the V8 was your go-to. But then, things started to change. Now, let's take a step back. The first real hit to the V8 came in the 1970s. The oil crisis hit and suddenly gas prices skyrocketed. What happened next? People wanted more fuel-efficient cars, and the V8, known for its fuel-thirsty nature, was no longer practical. But here's the thing, this was only the beginning. Car manufacturers had no choice but to innovate. Smaller engines, turbochargers, and fuel injection systems became the go-to solution. The V8, once king of the road, started to face its first serious competition. Fast forward a few decades to the 2000s and 2010s, and things really took a turn. Governments worldwide began imposing aggressive emissions regulations. Suddenly, manufacturers didn't just have to make fuel-efficient cars. They had to make cars that produced little to no emissions at all. This was a huge problem. Ferrari, BMW, and even Mercedes-Benz, icons of the V8, couldn't just make a V8 anymore. They had to downsize, or in some cases, kill off their V8s completely. The stakes got even higher. Fines were looming, and some brands were at risk of being banned from selling their cars altogether. Could the V8 survive this kind of pressure? But here's the twist. Enter the electric car, a development no one saw coming. Electric cars are fast, they're efficient, and most importantly, they're faster than most V8s. That's right, electric vehicles, EVs, offer instant torque and zero emissions. Governments love them because they help meet environmental goals, and manufacturers are pushing harder than ever to develop their electric lineup. The Ford Mustang is now a fully electric SUV. Dodge, a company synonymous with muscle cars, is making the jump to electric too. Even Ferrari is working on an electric car. And as we speak, the traditional V8 is being replaced with these futuristic and powerful alternatives. So, is this the end? But not so fast. Just when you thought it was over for the V8, there's a twist, because the world is changing again. For years, we were told that electric cars were the future. Governments pushed bans on gas engines, automakers scrambled to electrify their lineups, and the media made it seem like EVs were the only way forward. But now, the cracks are starting to show. Countries like Germany and the UK are walking back their gas car bans, admitting that going fully electric isn't as easy as they thought. Even in places like California, where EV adoption is highest, the power grid is already struggling to keep up. And that's before millions of people start charging their cars every night. And then there's the biggest problem. EVs aren't as clean as we were led to believe. Battery production relies on rare earth minerals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, which are mined under conditions that are anything but sustainable. And when those batteries degrade, they're expensive to replace, difficult to recycle, and they lose range over time. Suddenly, the conversation is shifting. Instead of asking, how do we replace gas engines? The real question is, well, how do we make gas cleaner? And that's where things get interesting. Toyota has never been fully convinced that EVs are the future. While every other automaker rushed into battery-powered cars, Toyota focused on hydrogen combustion engines. Unlike traditional EVs, which take hours to charge, hydrogen cars can be refueled in minutes, just like a regular gas-powered vehicle. And here's the twist. These engines produce zero CO2 emissions, but still deliver the sound, power, and performance of a traditional engine. They're already being tested in everything from race cars to sedans, and Toyota believes they could be the key to keeping internal combustion alive. Then there's Porsche, which has taken a different approach. Instead of replacing the engine, they've found a way to make gasoline carbon neutral. Their solution? Synthetic fuel, a type of fuel made using water, air, and renewable energy. Unlike regular gasoline, e-fuels don't release any new carbon into the atmosphere, meaning you could keep driving a V8 without breaking emissions laws. In fact, Porsche has already built a facility in Chile to start producing this fuel, and they believe it could be a game changer. So, is this really the end of the V8, or is it just evolving? Right now, governments are starting to step back from full EV mandates, companies are investing in cleaner combustion technology, and performance brands aren't ready to give up their most iconic engines. The V8 might not survive in its traditional form, but it's far from dead. Instead, it's changing, adapting to a new world, where synthetic fuels and hydrogen could keep gas-powered performance alive for decades to come. But what do you think? Will these new technologies save the V8, or is it only a matter of time before it disappears for good? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and share this video with a fellow car enthusiast. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.